I think it's really interesting that you talked about the early 2000s kind of indie scene. I think it seems weirdly, we talk about this a little bit, it seems weirdly forgotten in some quarters. I know certainly in the UK role-playing game scene, there are a great many creators, and I'm not disparaging anyone when I say who are like children then, because we're really old, right? So they're not
Yeah,
aware necessarily of things like the collective endeavor, right? It
yeah,
just,
yeah.
yeah. I got my hair cut earlier and it was just all grey, and I was like, whose hair is that? Where's this hair coming from? Where's this? Oh, it's
But
mine.
I think that is, there has been kind of like, I've read professionally, read
Mm,
several histories of role-playing games, some of that come out recently, and they all tend to be quite US centric. Now, of
for sure.
course, the vast majority of the role-playing games industry in the English language speaking
Mm,
world have always been centered in the US. That's
yeah,
unavoidable. There's a certain kind of eliding of the UK scene in that period. People forget there were some really important games and designers emerged from that early to mid to up to 2010 period of design
yeah.
where people remember rightly figures like Vincent and Meg Baker in the US,
Mm,
Emily Care Boss, Paul Shega, that kind of thing. But the conversation never seems to include a lot of the important designers, Gregor Hutton, I mean, for God's sake, who emerged from the UK scene as
mm.
well.
It's always had its own sort of aesthetics, hasn't it? The UK scene, I think, which is it's always provided an interesting, in line with the way the UK I think tends to work with the American market or American ideas. I think it's quite an
Mm,
interesting interplay. It's
yeah,
nothing to do with this game at
no,
all, but
nothing at all.
but that's
Nothing
how
at
it
all.
goes. That's what you get.
Yes,
But yeah, I think yeah,
really,
I'm really
really
excited.
rambling.
Yeah, really rambling. That's fine. It's good. It's all good. Um, yeah, it's been interesting to come back to it, and it's been very interesting for me in reading the text. I had no idea, and purposefully had no idea what was sort of from the original version. I've been purposefully ignorant of the original version in order to read the new one. Right, that's been
Yeah.
quite important to me to go. No, we're starting from scratch. This isn't a nostalgia game. I mean, I'm very glad to see there's so many people that fondly remember the original games and they're like the bedrock of what we're doing. But if you don't know anything
Mm.
about those original games, that's fine. You don't need to. And you don't have to be old. It's okay.
Exactly. I mean, we're doing them because they're still good games, and they're going to be even better games with these revisions. They're going to be more accessible. They're going to be more playable. Going to be easier to play. More
Yeah.
satisfying play experiences. There's going to be a lot of meat there. And these are not just kind of like, let's resurrect these two games from 2006 and 2008. No, they're going to be worthwhile in the modern gaming marketplace. They're still solid games and really good, fun games.